Combs' sentencing. And joining us now, ABC News legal analyst Channa Lloyd. Channa, I have seen my fair share of sentencings in my career, and I've never seen anything like this. What did you make of it?
I've never seen anything like this. I do not have a judge that would have allowed this, but they are allowing the defense to put forth character witnesses and to make statements. The video, that was highly unusual as well. I think the judge is ensuring that he has his right to his defense. They are allowing them to speak, and he's building the record to ensure that they've had all the adequate ability to say what they want to say before sentencing.
So there's this 11-minute, highly produced video that aired, and we understand that any minutes now the defendant, Sean Combs, will be addressing the judge as well. What more could he say to convince the judge that he deserves a lighter sentence? His team, of course, asking for 14 months.
Well, we have to remember, this is the only time that he is going to get to speak to this judge directly. So despite the video, despite everything else, this is his opportunity to say to the judge, I do have remorse. I do feel bad about my actions. These are what I plan to do moving forward, and this is why I should have leniency. The judge is going to listen to this because everyone else is speaking on his behalf. This is his only opportunity to make an appeal to the judge for that leniency.
So the sentencing guideline would be around 5 to 7 years in that area. You've been listening to reports from our team that's inside the courtroom. Any sense of the way that the judge might rule in this case? I
mean, when we look at what the judge has said so far, right, he is going along with the PSR, which is the pre-sentencing report, which recommended just under 6 years up to 7 years. He's also stated that he is going to add a couple of enhancements. He's counting the escorts as victims. I think he's setting the stage for looking at the higher end of that range.
And the prosecution, of course, was asking for even more than that.
Correct, because remember, the prosecution is always going to look at the guidelines with all the enhancements that they are asking the judge to utilize. However, the judge has rejected several, and so that's what put them so much significantly higher than the PSR recommendation.
You know, his defenders are saying this is a case of transporting, right now what he was convicted of, transporting prostitution, and this kind of a sentence seems to be extreme for them. Is that right?
Yes and no. So typically when we look at just that alone, I don't believe we would be here. But the judge is allowed to consider what we consider acquitted charges. So the things that are surrounding the charges he was acquitted of that overlap with the charges he was convicted of. So although it was transportation for prostitution, the judge is saying, I still see coercion, I still see violence. So he is allowed to look at that and consider that. And I think that is why we are looking at a higher sentence.
This hearing has been going on for the better part of the day with a lunch break that lasted just about an hour. How much longer could we expect that this would continue? If Sean Combs were to address the judge, could the judge make his ruling this afternoon, or could we end up waiting the weekend?
I expect to get a judgment this afternoon. We're going to hear Sean Combs speak to the court. I imagine he's not going to speak more than 30 minutes, and then we are going to hear from the judge. The judge has been moving this along, and it looks like he's going to ensure we get a sentence today.
All right. Channa Lloyd, our legal analyst for ABC, we do appreciate it.